Look down. No hashtags on this video. This video found you and ended up on your For You page because it is for you. I have a message for you. I'm seeing, oh, this feels heavy. I'm seeing tears, despair, sadness, some challenge, something has occurred, some event, or someone has hurt you in some way. There's something going on here that feels very heavy. I see like suffering. And you're being invited right now to become the observer. Now, what does that mean? To become the observer means to be aware of the emotion without being the emotion. Be aware of the thought without being the thought, without believing every thought. It means to have a much higher perspective. So instead of being here in this situation right now, you're like at 100-foot view of the situation and you can see it for the reason it was intended. And so to become the observer means to not feel the experience completely as if it's you, but to observe it from a neutral standpoint. Because in truth, everything is neutral. Everything that occurs is neutral. And it is always for the highest good of that being, of that evolution, the evolution for that being. But when we have trauma, when we have judgments, when we have attachments, when we have aversions and preferences and, times that we've been hurt in our past, the lens becomes filtered. It's like if a veil falls over your vision and you can only see through the lens of the past. And so often we think, oh, something is wrong and something is wrong with me. I am defective, or we become the victim. How could this happen to me? Why is this happening to me? And why is this happening is an important question. I'm not going to say it's not important to understand where something is coming from and why it's happening, meaning what is the gift and the experience. But even more than why is this happening is, and what are you going to do about it now? Because that's where your power is. If you want to reclaim your power, you have to ask, what am I doing right now to contribute to this suffering? And what can I do right now to help decrease it? What action can I take, or what can I do? What is in my power to do to begin to shift this experience? And then you say to yourself from this higher perspective as the observer, where you create space between you, the higher you, the true you, who can never be hurt, injured, damaged by anything of this world and never has, because you are an eternal being of light, and this body that you have is a suit, and even this human experience that you have is temporal, meaning it's illusory, because you by nature are divine, made in the image and likeness of our Creator, who is infinite, and therefore so are you. You are infinite. You are infinite. You are an infinite being of light that cannot be damaged, cannot be hurt, not in truth, only in the human, only in the temporal. And so when you connect to that higher self, to the Christ within, to that beingness, and you see it from this neutral standpoint, from the higher self, you can begin to see, what is the medicine in this experience? What grievance from my past, perhaps with my mother or my father or others that I have loved, is coming up for me? What does this experience remind me of? When did I last feel despair? When did I suffer this much in my life? Who caused that suffering? And then we could begin to see that it's simply occurring to wash ourselves clean, to finally let go of any grievance, any resentments, any bitterness, any unforgiveness we are holding on to within our hearts. Okay? And so how do we do that? We make peace with what's happening, and we judge it not. We understand that it's unfolding for the highest good, and even if it doesn't make sense right now, it will. And stepping into this place of gratitude and appreciation, like, Father, Mother, God, I don't understand why I'm suffering like this. Why did this happen to me? I'm hurting right now, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I know and I trust that something good is going to come from this. And I know and I trust that I attracted and am co-creating this experience for myself, because there's medicine in this. I am awakening through this. I am healing through this. I am letting go of every false belief, every faulty belief that I've ever held on to. And this experience is bringing those beliefs to the light. And in that awareness, which is light, when we light the darkness, in that awareness lies the transformation. In that awareness lies the liberation. And so, if you are suffering right now, for any reason, even if it's minimal, even if it's anxiety, even if it's like, whatever it is that's creating your suffering, look to see what it reminds you of. Forgive. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Open up your heart. Fill it with gratitude. Expand your heart. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Until the charge lessens. Why the Ho'oponopono prayer? Because when we say, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, what we're saying really is, I'm sorry for this experience, for what's happened, for what's occurred. Please forgive me for my part in it. Please forgive me for the aspect, conscious or unconscious, within myself that is projecting this and has part of it in my own energetic imprint. It's part of my own psyche. It's part of my own consciousness. Please forgive me for my part in it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all of the harm that this has caused. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my part in it. I'm sorry for co-creating this experience with you and not remembering that I co-created it and all the suffering it brought. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. I love you for playing this part for me so perfectly, because in truth, you are an angel in disguise, no matter what it was. In truth, you are a light being like me, and we agreed to play these parts for each other, whether it was a breakup, whether it was abuse, whether it was a betrayal, whatever it was, we agreed to play these parts for each other so that we can heal, so that we can integrate the aspects of ourselves that are unhealed from this life and many lives before. It didn't start here, and it didn't start with you because it's ancestral, but it's okay, it's ours now. And now it's our responsibility to heal it. And so thank you for those that are playing their parts perfectly for me to heal, to transcend, to overcome. That is the attitude. God bless you.